Stock tip. Best stock setups.
Welcome to this week's second daily update with me, Marcel Todia. Let's see what happened with markets today. As you can see, the S&P 500 did try a little bounce today. We are still in a consolidation phase in the intraday chart, and it doesn't look either bullish nor does it look bearish. I think we are just in a small consolidation phase, and from here it could go south or it could go a bit further north. Our goal for this week would be 4,300 if we reach it, and this is based on us reaching the 9 weekly average here in the region of 4,300 approximately. So this would be our goal in the S&P 500. But of course, it is also possible that we continue falling for fifth or sixth straight week here. For the time being, we are still with a negligible plus here, so plus 0.6% today in the SPY, respectively plus 0.5% in the S&P 500. So a bit optimistic. Better said, we are still in our parameters. The Nasdaq has also performed quite similar here. The Nasdaq is also slightly going up and pretty much doing the same thing. In the Nasdaq, our goal for the week would be in the region of 330, 332, somewhere in this region. And I'm curious if we get 1 or 2 positive weeks for a small consolidation, or if we are going to continue falling until we reach our next target here in the range of 280. So this is my curiosity here. IVM, pretty much the same story, but not as powerful as the other two. So as you can see in the IVM, I don't consider the 200 line as a major support line in the weekly chart, because time and time again we've broken through it. We've broken through it in 2020, in 2019, 2016. So this in the last 6 years or so, it never once acted like a major support line. That's why I won't regard it as one either. But we are at this level for the time being, and perhaps we are heading a bit north, or we are staying stationary here. We shall see how the week evolves, and eventually how the next week evolves. The DAX also pretty much the same story here. Euro to US dollar, pretty much the same story here, and plus minus null. So we are moving sideways, and by the way I'm looking at the Euro to US dollar right now, I think it is inevitable that we are going to go a bit further south in all of the main indexes, and in the Euro to US dollar we are going to test the 103 here. I think this is inevitable by the looks of it. I don't expect any change, of course, anytime soon. So I think tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, we are going to go further south and reach 103. And if this happens, then sadly I think my position in the S&P 500 with my small option is going to be voided here, because for the last couple of months or so, since the beginning of this downtrend here, we've been pretty much in a downtrend in the markets as well. So bit curious if these graphs are going to coincide here, Euro to US dollar and S&P 500. Basically, if you are going to find support in the S&P 500, at the same time we are going to find support here at 103. Oil, another sideways day here, minus 2%, but basically a sideways day. And gold, another sideways day with 0.4%. So nothing much to be expected. Silver, the same story here. So I don't like gold and silver that much anymore. I wish to see a bit of strength before we start investing in gold and silver anytime soon. But this is how the markets are for the time being. I am still optimistic that we are going to get our best buying opportunities we've had in more than 2 years. As soon as the S&P 500 is going to test the 200 weekly line, or the range of 3,700, 3,600. So I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I'm not looking forward to it, but if we are going to continue falling, then at least I have something to look forward to, namely to the big bounce that is going to come as soon as we reach 3,700 or 3,600. So this, I repeat, is going to be probably the biggest buying opportunity we've had in the last 25, 26 months or so. So stay tuned. Actually, I've also managed to find a small nice setup, and this is GTE. In the weekly it looks pretty good, it still looks pretty solid, but in the daily also, this is the daily chart, so it's not the best of setups, but it's one of the few setups remaining good for the time being. I'm still on the lookout for more, but it is a nice setup, take it as you will. It's a nice setup, especially in the weekly chart. Okay, that's all for today. Remember, cash is still king for the time being, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.